Hello everybody and welcome, I am Bricker Boom, and today we're going to use another Pokemon I have never had the opportunity to use, ever. Today we're going to see if I can beat the game Pokemon FireRed with a single Zangoose. Zangoose is a single stage Pokemon introduced in Gen 3, but it was only available in Ruby, and since that's the version I did not own as a kid, I have never been able to use one before. Now, you may say, you literally have a way to play whichever game you want as an adult, and to that I say, mind your own business. Zangoose is a really fun Pokemon. First of all, it has an amazing attack stat and high speed, so it's going to hit hard and fast like a freight train. Now, if you look at the move list, it can learn your typical normal move set with a wide variety of normal moves, but also a good amount of TMs. Now, normally I wait till I grab the Pokemon to talk about its ability, but since it only has one, we'll talk about it now, and I'm actually kind of excited about it. Immunity. The ability means that we can't be poisoned. That means no poison point, no toxic, nothing. There are a ton of poison-type Pokemon in Gen 1, partially because all of the grass types, except for Tangela, also are mixed in with that poison type. For this particular run, we're going to go ahead and give the rival Squirtle, because it's been a while since we've seen a Blastoise, and honestly, at the end of the day, because of the different moves that we can learn, it doesn't really matter which one that we choose to go against. The beginning lab rival is about like you'd guess. We win that pretty easily, and now we can go ahead and go through the beginning of the game. The good news is, since we can't be poisoned, getting through the forest proves to be very easy for us. After a very quick jaunt through the forest, we go ahead and try the rival fight, and now we have Quick Attack. Quick Attack takes Pidgey to half, and it only does a weak tackle before going down. After that, it's time for Squirtle, and we're doing about a fifth-ish. It uses Tail Whip, we take it below half, and then within a few more turns, we're able to go ahead and take it down. Now, after that's done, we go ahead and make our way back through the forest. Now, there is one move that we're going to be unlocking in that time span that I rarely get to use. Swords Dance. Swords Dance, for those that may not know, raises your attack by 2 stages. That makes this Pokemon that hits like a truck, hit like a tank. We also will later get access to the move Slash, and if we really want a hard-hitting move without having to base it on luck for crits, we could go with Return. We're getting very much ahead of ourselves. Let's go ahead, see how the Brock fight goes first. We start with Swords Dance 3 times, as the Geodude only bothers setting up Defense Curl each of those turns. After that, we can go ahead, swap over to Quick Attack, doing a decent little bit of damage. We're doing alright damage, and it's just going to go ahead and use Tackle now because it's set up a thick enough defense. We do manage to take it down, though we don't have too much HP left in return. After that, Onix we're dealing pretty good damage to, and we get a crit as we get taken down to 3 HP. It uses Bind, we live off 1, and just when I think we're going to nab the victory on a first try, the recoil finishes us off. And we do try this battle a couple different times, but without that lucky crit, honestly, we're just not doing enough damage. So what we do is we do level up a couple times just to make sure we're good, and at level 15, we're able to pull off a victory. Not much that we can do, honestly, in regards to a recap, because it's just a lot of back and forth hits. After that's done, we nab the badge, move on, and start our way through the rest of the game. While we're on our way to Cerulean, it's at this time I'd like to say, if you haven't yet, hit that like button, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. We upload challenges basically once a week, unless my computer explodes, and even then, I was still working on stuff on the side. As of right now, I'm just trying to keep the watch hours going up, and my goal is to be full partner by the end of the year. If it happens by June, that'd be pretty cool, but I'm not going to complain at the steps we've made in the past year. In the meantime, though, just remember that the Dome Fossil is the only one that matters as we march into Cerulean City with something to prove. Let's see if we can take on Misty first. Misty first starts with Staryu, and we open with Slash just to test damage, and we take it down in one go. Next out is Starmie, and Water Pulse takes us to right about half, and we naturally have to smack ourselves, and then the next turn we get knocked out. Alright, let me go ahead and try the rival. get very close to that level up, and then we'll try one more time. I don't think this is impossible. Pidgeotto is first, and we use Slash, taking it to red as Gust does a little bit of damage, and then we knock it out. Rattata is out, and a quick attack connects as we use Mega Punch, taking it down in one shot. After that, it's Squirtle, and we use Mega Punch to take it to yellow as it uses Withdrawal. Then we use Slash to knock it out. Then, Abra is last and can't do anything, so we can go ahead, take it down in a few turns to win the battle. Back to Misty. Staryu is first, and we use the Swords Dance as it uses Harden, and then we swap over to Mega Punch, taking it down. Then, Starmie is still hitting pretty hard with Water Pulse as we take it down with a single Mega Punch, and that's the battle. So, we can go ahead, head to the route to the north, and get that cleared out, and get a couple levels along the way. Then after that, we can go ahead and go to the ship. Given the fact that we haven't really had to worry about leveling up, at least aside from Brock, that's always going to be an outlier. We just go ahead and grab a few items on the ship that we need, rather than just hardcore focusing on taking out every trainer and leveling up. So with a couple extra levels under our belt and the rival fight on the horizon, we'll find out what happens. But first, I wanted to ask a question, because me and a friend are currently debating it. I'm literally taking small breaks in between recording this to respond to him. If you have both of these in your area, that's even better. But if you had to choose between Red Robin and Five Guys, which would you choose? Because today, I went to Five Guys, and I spent $32 on 2 cheeseburgers and fries. It's good, but at the end of the day, I would rather spend probably the same amount, if not a little bit less money, on Red Robin, get a thicker burger, and be able to get bottomless fries. Just curious what y'all's thought process is. We'll fight the rival now. Pidgeotto is first, and we use Slash, taking it down in one shot. Next out is Raticate, and it's more of the same. Kadabra is out, and is honestly probably going to be a one-shot as long as we outspeed it. And we do in this case, so it goes down. Last is Wartortle, who goes to yellow, only uses Withdrawal again, and then we take it down with a critical hit that was absolutely overkill. After that, we give the captain a quick rub down, and then we can go ahead and go fight Surge. Voltorb is first, so we take it down in one shot, and then with Pikachu, we can take it down, and thankfully, no static proc. Raichu is last, we take it to red as it paralyzes us. Now, knowing that it's going to heal, we're just kind of banking on our luck, and thankfully it pays off, getting us a crit, taking it out, and also winning the battle for us. Now that we're done with the first few gyms, we have a good bit of travel ahead of us. Rock Cave honestly isn't too much of a problem because we grab Brick Break on the ship to get through the rock types. Once we get to Celadon, we can grab Ice Beam or Thunderbolt if needed. Granted, our special attack isn't the best, but I'd like to at least have a way to attack the ghost types in the tower. We don't get the ability, or we don't get the move, Foresight, or the ability to be able to hit ghosts. I think Scrappy is the name. So we're gonna need something. Pursuit was definitely an option, but I ended up passing on it. Partially because I wasn't thinking about Agatha at the time, but also partially because if I'm remembering right, and I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head here, I'm going way off script. I want to say it's like a 20 base power move unless the target switches out, and at that point, it's just kind of useless. Honestly, at this point, just getting to the halfway point in the games, as long as we have decent TM variety like Zangoose, this is usually a pretty big relief. The good news is as well, there's a lot of different options of people that we can go ahead and battle, and if we can't beat one of them, like Erica for example, we should be able to beat at least one of the others to be able to keep going on through the game. For now though, I do want to try to fight Erica just to see. I want to see if I can get the badge knocked out early, that's all. We set up with Swords Dance against Victory Bell as it misses Stun Spore. After that, a single slash is enough to take it out. From there, both the Tangela and the Vileplume are each a one-shot, and that nabs us a second try victory. First try, Stun Spore did connect, and we spent probably about 5 turns paralyzed. But now, Erica is out of the way. We can go ahead and go to Giovanni. Giovanni will probably be pretty easy for us given the fact that we can't be poisoned, and we also have a fighting move in our arsenal. Let's go ahead, see how that first round with Giovanni goes. Giovanni first starts with Onyx, and we open with Brick Break, taking it to a single HP as it uses Harden, and then we take it out. Rhyhorn is next, so we use another Brick Break, taking it down in one go. After that, his last Pokemon is Kangaskhan, and Brick Break takes it to yellow as it misses Mega Punch, so we can take it out to win the battle pretty handily. Back to the tower fight. Pidgeotto is first, and we open with Slash, taking it down in one go. Next out is Growlithe, and we use Slash, taking it down as well. After that, we take the eggs to red as it sets up Reflect and then goes down. From there, Kadabra is an easy one-shot, and then finally, Wartortle gets about a third of damage done to it as Water Gun connects. We take it to yellow, get splashed again with Water Gun, and then we finish it off to win the battle. Now that we're officially about halfway through the game, we can talk about Zangoose, as I usually do. And I'm kind of sad I never got to use this thing. I actually really like it. Granted, the lack of special attack isn't great, but when you can just set up a Swords Dance sweep, you can get over most hurdles. Literally the only thing standing in our way are ghost types. We have Koga ahead, and honestly, given the fact that we can't be poisoned, I think we'll be alright. We can boost our attack in a few turns, though truthfully, I don't know if we're going to end up needing it. Zangoose is just doing so much better than I would have thought at the beginning of this challenge. This is probably the first time I've felt this in a good while, but I actually feel confident going into the Koga fight. We have the strongest immune system ever known to man. Coughing is up first, and we open with Slash, taking it to red as Sludge connects. Knowing Koga will heal, we go ahead, opt for Swords Dance, get that attack boost, and then we swap back to Slash, getting a clean one-shot. After that, it's out to Muck, probably the tankiest of his Mons, and Slash takes it down in one go. From there, he has a Coughing, that's a one-shot, and then with Wheezing, we take it to yellow as it lands a Sludge. Koga heals up as we take it back to yellow, and then from there, we can take it down to win a first try victory. As we head to Silph Co, I have to wonder a couple things. One, I'm curious if Seviper will do this well. Seviper and Zangoose, given their rivalry, kind of go hand in hand, just with different typings. Second, I wonder if we're going to be able to clear the rival at this level. The good news is, if we can't take the rival on, we can at least fight through the remainder of the tower. We haven't really had to worry about level ups since Brock. Swords Dance definitely helps carry. Now, if only we had the badge boost glitch to go along with it, we would be an unstoppable nightmare. Anyway, let's go ahead and fight that rival. The rival first starts with Pidgeot, and we opt to set up Swords Dance as we get hit with Wing Attack. We swap over to Slash and take it down in one shot. Growlithe comes out, and its ability basically sets us back to 0, or maybe +1. I'm not 100% sure on Intimidate. I think it's 1 stage, but we can still go ahead and take it out. After that, Execute comes out. We land a critical hit, knocking it out in one go. From there, Alakazam is out, and like I said, probably always going to be a one-shot if we outspeed, which we do. Blastoise is last, and it does like to Protect Stall more often than not, but we can go ahead and take it down in just a few turns to win a pretty easy Silph fight. On to Giovanni. Nidorino is up first, and we take it to red as it does decent damage, and then we can take it out. Nidoqueen is out, and we take it to not quite half as it uses Tail Whip, and then we swap over to Ice Beam, mostly to test damage as we take it to red. Body Slam does a solid chunk, given our lower defense, but then we can take it down. Kangaskhan is out, and we swap over to Brick Break, taking it to almost red as Giovanni uses Tail Whip again before we take it down. Finally, he has a Rhyhorn, and we use Brick Break, taking it to yellow. Fury Attack does a decent little bit, given our 2 stages lower defense, taking us to 25 HP before we take it down to win the battle. Alright, I'll be honest, I'm used to Silph Co providing a lot more trouble for us and just kind of padding the video watch time, but right now, Zangoose is tearing through this game. Sabrina, I have to imagine, will be more of the same, especially if we could just outspeed and one-shot everything. So Sabrina starts with Kadabra, and we do just that. Mr. Mime is next. Slash takes it down. After that, Venomoth is out, and did you guess one shot? You're right. Let's see about Alakazam, and yep, it's a one shot. Now, we can head to Cinnabar, and I know that we're probably going to have to rely on the Swords Dance setup. Given the fact that both the Growlithe and the Arcanine can lower our attack, we're probably just going to have to spend maybe 1 or 2 turns just to break even. We may be able to beat him without doing that, But there's only one way to find out. And I mean, I'm just looking at the amount of time that I've been recording right now, and it is insane how quickly this video is going. Growlithe is up first, so we set up Swords Dance, mostly to negate the Intimidation drop as Fire Blast connects, but without the burn, we're good. We swap over to Slash and then knock it out. After that, Ponyta's next, and Slash takes it out in one go. Next out is Rapidash, and we can outspeed and one-shot it as well. Then you have Arcanine, and we take it to a little under half as Fire Blast does some major damage, according to the Pokemon Stadium announcer, and then we can take it down to win the battle. Alright, we have one more gym battle to go, and honestly, I'm kind of curious how it'll go. He has the Speedy Dug Trio, but since we can't be poisoned off the King or the Queen, I gotta imagine things are gonna go smoothly. Rhyhorn is up first, and we set up Swords Dance because, I mean, why not? Scary Face lowers our speed, but even then, we're able to outspeed the tank, and we use Brick Break, taking it down in one shot. After that, Nidoqueen is out, and Earthquake does solid damage as we hit it in one shot with Slash. Nidoking is next, also outspeeds us, takes us to 50 HP, and thankfully, we can one-shot it too. Dugtrio's out, not even remotely surprised it outspeeds, and it takes us all the way down to 10 HP as we knock it out. His last Rhyhorn is out, and even with Scary Face, we still outspeed it, taking it down in one shot to win that last badge. Also, realizing now about 20 minutes into recording, probably less on the video because I get distracted easy, if my voice sounds any different than normal, it is midnight right now and I am just now sitting down to record this, so my vocal cords are probably a little bit shredded from the day. Maybe I like that sound, I don't know, but just, I'm not sick anymore, just so y'all are aware. Alright, so what we'll go ahead and do here is go ahead and fight the rival. Once we beat the rival, we'll go ahead, cover the Elite Four as a whole. We do tend to write this script as we go along, so even I'm not 100% sure how things are going to shake out as I write this. The rival starts with Pidgeot, and we take it below yellow with Slash as it hits a wing attack. Knowing we'll need some more firepower, we use Swords Dance, tanking a hit, then knocking it out. After that, Rhyhorn comes out, we swap over to Brick Break, taking it down in one shot. Next out is the Growlithe, and we swap over to Slash, taking it down. Execute comes out, and we take it to a Sliver, but it misses Stun Spore, so we can take it down. From there, Alakazam is out, and we're still managing to outspeed it, so we can one-shot it. And then Blastoise is his last Pokemon. We slash it to right below half as it just dances the day away, and goes down after that. Alright, time to theory craft a little bit for the Elite Four. Lorelei, I think is going to be simple enough overall, to be completely honest. We can use Swords Dance and then probably set up a sweep from there. Bruno has the ability to be an issue, given the fact that he has super effective fighting moves. Honestly, that'll probably be a toss-up on who outspeeds who. Worst case scenario, I can always equip the Quick Claw if needed. Then there's Agatha, and I think that's where the biggest problem is going to be. The Ghost can only be hit with our Awful Special, though in hindsight, now that I'm just sitting down and writing this and recording this, Shadow Ball would have been a really good option here, but honestly, that's why I write these, and I'll continue to do research even when I'm script writing. If I do something dumb, I'm gonna make you aware. I learn things as I write these, and honestly, it just may make the next run with this mon easier. I'm not saying that I'm gonna do one next week by any means, but in a couple years or months, who knows, maybe I'll go ahead and do a Zangoose Revisited, just like I've done with the first 10 runs on my channel. For now, though, let's go ahead, fight Lorelei, and we'll see how things go. We set up Swords Dance with Dugong, as it just wails on us, taking us to almost red HP, and then we take it down with a single Brick Break. After that, Cloyster is out, and for some reason, it doesn't try spamming Protect, so it goes down. Then, with Slowbro, it's a one-shot. This is our 5th attempt, so I knew that we just got a high roll on the damage. And then Lapras is an easy one-shot with Brick Break, and then Jinx goes down to Slash. On to Bruno. Bruno first starts with Onix, and we use Swords Dance, and it misses Rock Tomb, so we can actually take it down then with a single Brick Break. The Hitmonchan is up next, and due to no lowered speed, or maybe we would have still outsped it, but we outspeed it now, we take it down in one slash. Hitmonlee comes out, we outspeed it, taking it down too. Machamp is the last of his fighting types, meaning the scariest, and we get a crit on the slash that I'm not 100% sure mattered, and then it's out to his last Mon and his last Onyx as we one-shot it to win the battle. First try victory. Now, I just want to say, the gameplay against Agatha, it's not great. Like I said when I was doing the theory crafting, is that Shadow Ball would have been a better idea for us to get super effective damage. For whatever reason, I didn't think to grab it during that time. Usually I just go tunnel vision, and I never assume that normal types can learn ghost type moves and vice versa. I don't know why my brain is hardwired that way, because it's Pokemon. So I just ended up leveling up against her. It takes us into far too high levels, but we basically just managed to brute force our way through on Ice Beam strats. If I end up doing this challenge again, likely when I have more time, then I think that we'll probably be able to beat her at a much lower level. For now, while saying this, what I'll have done is I'll have played the loss and the inevitable victory, but let's go ahead, if you don't mind, we're just going to go ahead and skip back to the battle that I don't play like an absolute goober in. Lance time. Lance first sends out Gyarados, and knowing that we have the Intimidation drop, we start dancing as it uses Bite. We do another dance, given how little damage it's taking, and we're kind of being cheeky at this point, because then we have to set up a third. Once it switches to Dragon Rage, I figure it's probably time to go on the offensive, and we go ahead and take it down. Aerodactyl's out, we use Ice Beam, taking it to red as Aerodactyl uses Scary Face. Lance heals up, and we use Slash, taking it down. Dragonite comes out, uses Safeguard as we take it down with a Slash, and then after that, the two Dragonairs are a one-shot to win us the battle, and we only have one more battle to go. Let's see how we do. Pidgeotta's first, and we use Slash to test damage and take it to yellow as Aerial Ace connects. Knowing the rival will heal, we use Swords Dance. After that, it's back to Slash, and we take it down. Alakazam is out next, so we can take it down in one go as well. From there, the Executor comes out, and we continue with our onslaught, taking it down. Rhydon comes out, uses Brick Break, and as always, that will take it down. Arcanine is up to go. We take it to a Sliver as Flamethrower does a bit of damage. Just like with the Pidgeot, the rival heals up, so we dance it up and take it down. Blastoise is his last Pokemon, and we can take it down with a single Slash, winning the battle, and, more importantly, the run. Alright everyone, I hope that you enjoyed that particular run, and I gotta admit, I think I can do this at an even lower level if I play my cards right. I don't know if at that lower level we'd be able to take on the Dragonite, but I'm sure we're gonna find out eventually. I do want to try this Pokemon in Pokemon Emerald, given how well it did on this particular run. Either way, I hope that you enjoyed this run, because I definitely did. I am now a heavy Zangoose supporter. For now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to finish this recording, probably go to bed, because I got a 10-hour day tomorrow. Next week's challenge, I will probably go ahead and do Ammonite. No, not Ammonite, I just did that. I will do Kabuto, my favorite of the two choices for the fossils. And then after that, I have no idea what I'm doing. As always, make sure to go ahead and leave some suggestions in the comments below. I do keep those on a sticky note for when I run out of some of the ideas that I had previously. I think here soon I am going to go ahead and do a single stage bird Pokemon run. I rarely get to do team runs, so that actually sounds super exciting for me. So you'd have your standard Pidgey, Spearow, Doduo, and that's probably about it. But, as always, if you liked the video, even if you didn't like the video, hit that like and subscribe button, because it really does help me out. And until next time, everybody, peace out and good night.